Good afternoon, Craftland. Welcome to my channel, JMC Creates. My name is Jackie McKissick, and this is the project we're making today. As you can see, it's a double slider card. Slides in and it slides out, and it's got a sea theme. If you watched one of my earlier videos, you would heard me say that I'm going to be making a lot of interactive cards for a charity that Mamie made it mentioned in her channel before Christmas. So I'm going to make as many as I can and then send them off. And the charity's for children. And the reason it's interactive is because it puts that little bit extra smile in their face. It's a surprise. So this is what we're going to make today. I've used this really old stamp set that I got whenever I very first started stamping. I have absolutely no idea where they came from, but I liked the theme, so I bought it. I am using Longfall's Double Slider Surprise card dies. I also used the Lawn Fawn Stitched Wave borders. So the first thing we're going to do is our background. Now you need an A5 piece of card because you need to cut 3 pieces, 1, 2, 3 pieces of background. Okay? So all I did, you've seen me do it before, soak the card, put on ultramarine, which is blue and leaf green brushes in places, and left it to dry. And I particularly wanted these sections to look like this because it reminded me more of a scene from the sea. As you know, the sea is not perfect. Right, so then we've got white bits, and we don't really want white bits in the sea. So I've got some distress inks, and I am going to use just a little on the white bits here, there, and everywhere. There is no uniformity, there is no rhyme, there is no rhythm. There is just doing it. And I have dropped my sponge already, and it's on the floor. And if I fall off my chair again, David's going to hit me. So I better not. Well, he wouldn't hit me, but it scares the crap out of him. So, not a good thing to do to your husband. Right, so did I tell you, cracked pistachio, blueprint, sketch, and stormy sky is what I'm using. And we're just dip-dabbing everywhere. Okay, blueprint, sketch. So, and that's all I did for that bit. Okay, so you put them away like a good teddy bear you're not. Then, what did we need? We needed these. These are some old gesso, black and white, that I have, that are all dried up. Not much use for nothing, except for what I'm going to do. I'm going to put a taste of water onto this Stampin' Block and just put a taste, just white, onto my paintbrush. And this is all we're doing, splitter splatter. And I know for a fact that I have this stuff on my face, as this is the second time I have done this morning. Okay, right, then you get rid of the white, and you do the same for the black. I'm just cleaning my paintbrush off on a white there. Get another wee bit of water. And some black. The black's a bit lumpier and bumpier. It's a bit like me, lumpy and bumpy. And then you're just going to put your black on top. Okay. So, if I look like a black and white minstrel when I go down the stairs, you will know why. My husband will not know why, but hey. His friends always tease him that he's been out discoing at the weekend because he comes to work covered in glitter. Right, so clean up, back in a jiff. So, in true Blue Peter style, here's one I did earlier. And what I did to finish this off, if you can see it, is, can you see that shimmer there? Stampin' Up did a little white ink that I put in some alcohol. About 3 drops for that bottle there. And I just sprayed it all over. You can't see this one. I did the gold as well. And I can see it, but you have to be up close and personal to see it. So, but it's pretty. So now what we need to do is, so if I sound funny and bunged up, it's because literally I have been in bed this past 3 days. Was flu, and the only reason I'm up today is because TJ was here last night. So he got us up at 8 o'clock in the morning. Excuse the messy fingers, sorry. I'm a crafter. I don't pretend to be anything else. And this is what I did. Oh my giddy aunt. Can you see all them images? All I've done the past 3 days is certain colour. So, and it was all Christmas images that I had stamped ready that I didn't ever get round to colouring, and that's them all coloured now. So, needless to say, I shall be making lots of Christmas cards. It's a good job. I intend to keep the Christmas cards going all throughout the year. And in fact, while TJ was watching YouTube Hot Wheels on my computer, I made a stepper card with the first image. So, get that out of the way. Right, now this bit, what you need is, you need one of these and you need 2 of these, okay? So I'm going to run them through and come back. Okay, so here's what I've done. The big piece, this will be the front main panel, and I've just folded the score line over. You also need one of those in white for the back, and you just fold that over. Okay, you have to do another thing to those in a minute. You need 2 of this one, which will be your side panels, and I have also cut 2 white ones that I am going to glue on the back because I know you probably won't look at the back, but just in case they do, they see the nice white instead of the hashiness. So I am just going to stick them on there like that. Where's the other one? Make sure I have it the right way round. Okay. Oh, no. Crisis averted. It's like when I lose the lid for that glue, like it's like a major meltdown in here. And please note that this is my old, like, crafting jumper for whenever I'm splattering, etc., etc. I have two. I have this green one and I have a purple one, and I must have them 12 years, and they are my favouriteest jumpers that I will never get rid of. And despite the fact that they get washed, they still look dirty, so it doesn't really matter if you craft all over them. Which, bonus. So, right, where am I? I also cut two of these tabs out. These are my favourite. You can use that one, or you can use that one, or you can use that one, but these are my favourite because they've got the wee arrow. And like that there, pointing out that way. How did I get that blue in there? Anyway, so I've cut out two of those. You're also going to need a strip of cellophane that is long, no specified length, by about 2 1/4. I forgot to tell you that, and that's going to wrap round this bit, and you're going to stick it together and cut a bit off. Okay, so now, is that it? Is that all the cutting done for the front of my card? I wonder. Oh no, you see this little die here? You're going to take it, and it needs to, see these wee thumb holes here? So I'm going to go and run that through. That just fits exactly on the edge of that there. And you find some sticky tape. And you just stick that on, and you do it on both sides. Like that, Jackie, like that. Hold it up against, slide it up against the edge of the card. Like that. You see how tight that is up against the edge of that? And then stick it down, and you're going to do that at both sides. And et voila. There it is, your two wee notches cut out. That's going on there, and that's going on there. I think that's too broad, isn't it? That's the one that's too broad. I'm just testing me. I'm testing me. Or will it work? See, that's just the 1/4 inch one. And I don't want... Now, there's plenty of videos on the Long Fawn website on how to do this card. Put this die together, I mean. Oops. Come on. There. So, and this is not one of them, but I'm sticking my bit on there now before I forget. Like that. Okay, so what we do next is you take your stitched wave borders, okay, and you put them along the bottom like that. That's all I'm doing. I cut it out of, oh, by the way, I forgot to tell you, I cut them out of craft card. My card base is craft card, and it is 5 3/4 by 8 1/4, scored at 4 1/8, and I'm just sticking the bottom half of this down in case I want to stick something under it. I haven't actually got my images out yet. Okay, and then you do that. Is there enough of that one to do that? There is, boy, but I want it down a bit farther, so I'm going to take a wee bit more off the bottom of it. It's very high up for all the size of that panel. So I'm just going to slide it in here and take a bit off it. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. About 1/4 inch. Is that even 1/4? Okay, like that, and that can go on there, like that, and we will just cut that off there, find our corner rounder and see if we can round the corners. Just be careful because it can go in too far. So it can, and then it would annoy you because it wouldn't fit right. So what do you think of that? Perfection. Right, you need a bit for that other one, and is it just going to take a little bit off this. I just found scraps of craft card in my scrap pile, and I just cut, I think I did it 3 times, and I actually double lengthed them. I did it the whole length of the 8 1/4 because I wasn't sure how much I would need. So let me see. Wait till we see. Okay, we're happy with that there. Just cut it straight down, and then carefully round your corner. Okay, right, so that's that bit finished with. We shall just stick those on. What did I do with the other card? Can't see it anywhere. Can't see for looking. Just wanted to see what images I put on and where I put them, and do I need, yes, I need to leave a bit of room to stick things under. Everything goes on flat, but some of them are going on top of others. Because you're pulling this bit in and out, it needs to be flat. Everything needs to be non-dimensional on these side bits. But the front bit, you can go to town on if you so wish. Okay. Right, like that. Now, hi now, brown cow. Hi now, brown cow. Yes, I want to stick them in first. So, now we are going to put our lid on. We're going to wrap our cellophane around our middle bit. Okay. You're going to just get a bit of your double-sided tape and run it along one edge. Peel it off. Then you want to wrap it round. Only you don't want it skin tight and you don't want it baggy, so loosely. Okay, so that will move up and down, and then you cut off your excess. See the way that bit of stuff doesn't want to leave that. Right, now let's get down to the nitty gritty. You have to keep that at one side, and you're going to glue that on there. So you put tape back on this side again. And release it. And then you're going to put your panel on. Try and keep your cellophane in the middle when you're doing this, and then make sure that the two edges can freely go up and down that bit there. Okay, then the other bit is going to go on this side. So you put that bit on that side, fold it over, put it on this side. Just keep that as level as you can while you're doing it so. And you want to put this on back to front. So you want to stick this bit onto the front of the card. The front of your piece of card, right? So remember, this bit has to go to the bottom. So get your channel, get your wrapper back in your channel slightly in the middle, so that your two bits can go down and up. Right, and then, am I doing that? Yep, I am. And then, just want to make sure everything is hunky-dory. Like that. And you stick that bit in exactly the same. Okay, so then you've got your two slider bits. Right, so then this is the finicky bit, putting this all inside. Am I going to use this? Because I'm not sure if that would be too broad. Or am I going to get hooking in my drawer and find my 1/8 of an inch? Tell me, people, tell me. Will we give it a go? So I am putting tape on both sides of both sides. So top, bottom, top, bottom. What? Sorry, my husband was demanding my attention and he didn't want to walk the whole way up the stairs, so he's shouting at the top of his voice. We've actually both been in bed pretty sick this past few days, so forgive my knows if it runs away. Like that. Right, you're also going to need a bit on this tab as well. But it definitely is broad enough for this 1/4 inch, I think. Okay. Right, so you have to make sure your brown bits are all running the one way. So you want to glue that down in like that, and then glue that over. That comes up over that, and then that glues to that. So I'm taking off my top and my bottom at the same time and hoping I get it right. You just have to be careful you don't stick anything together before you put it in, like I did just there. Right, so top, top, bottom, slideys. Now what happens? What did I say happened next? Oh yes, that bit glues on there. Just you stay up there a minute. That bit glues on there. And this bit if I ever get the top of it, just make sure that's pushed up and you can't get stuck down. Goes down there. Except for it's not sitting right. Why is it not sitting right? Come on people, get with the program. Like that. And give it a burnish. Get the proper tool for burnishing, you might do a better job, Jackie. And then you want to pull out your sticky bits. Like that. And it takes a few pulls to get it to go the way you want it to go. Okay, so just be prepared to have a little bit of patience with it. I think my other one slid better than this one. As long as it slides, that's all that matters. Now you need to put on them bits. These bits here will go then, like that. Okay? Just put a blob of glue on each side, and then the only thing you have to do with this is wait. Be patient, let it dry, keep it inside those two edges. where the finger marks are, is what I'm trying to say. Okay. You just want to blobby glue it. Mr. Blobby was a terrible hobby. Does anybody remember Mr. Blobby and Noel Edmonds? Oh my goodness. Although I did used to have a crush on Noel Edmonds when I was younger. Oh my goodness. Can't believe I just admitted that. That was a faux pas. Okay, so then that should be you sliding in and out now. Right, okay, we're back again. Lunch happened. Thank you very much, husband. So now we've got our doodah what's it ready. I've gone ahead, I've put 2 layers of foam tape on the back of this. And then it's going to sit in my card base like that. So all I want to do now is decorate. So, what shall we use this time? There's another octopus. 1 octopus, 2 octopi. Is that right? There's a little mermaid, possibly. There's a little castle. That would work. No fishing. We want a no fishing for the front. I didn't leave it up enough. Oh, there, it can go in there. It can go in there. What did I put on my other one? Okay, let's see what have we got and what we haven't got. Well, we've got one of those that would go there. No, there. And what about that green and purple fish? That would be enough for on there, so it would. And I haven't put any sentiment on these, because these are for children. And any occasion, possibly just cheer up card they could be used for. So I have left it sentiment free. We want to do the same there. Or do we want to do a shell this time? There's a little seahorse on top. Or I could do that and put the seahorse on top of that. Okay, right. That Riley abandoned my craft room when Thor moved in. It hasn't been in since. He detests Thor with a passion. And Thor would just love Riley to play with him, so Thor dements him. So you have to keep the two apart. But because Thor has been allowed out of the cage, the little beast is up in Riley's bed in the craft room, so I have a cat back on my desk. But he's not supposed to climb, he's not supposed to run, he's not supposed to jump. And what does Thor do? You have to keep him and Thumpkin apart half the day, because all they do is run across the floor up the stairs like mad things, chasing each other. And then occasionally one will hurt the other, and you'll hear as an almighty roar from all of them, and you'll have to run and separate them. But despite still having a broken leg, Thor, it is so good to see Thor running and jumping, especially when I didn't know if he ever would again. But I just don't want him to do too much damage. You know, it's hard to get the right balance of freedom and captivity. But now that he's up on the desk, I shut the door, and then him and he climb up on the desk, go to sleep, and Pumpkin's away into her mama's room then. Granny was babysitting because Mama's in Belfast, seeing her friends. So you have to do these bits here flat, and you have to give them a good dollop of glue and get them flat. Okay, and this, once again, this is my old crafting jumper, so it doesn't matter if I get glue on it. I care not. Oops, I forgot to turn the computer off. Or the volume off even. Hear two folk chatting at one time. Think you're losing your marbles when you're not really. Well, you could be, but if you're like me, you probably are, but hey, just go with the flow. Right. Oh, and this is a Stampin' Up mermaid from A Magical Day. I just remembered that. I better tell you that. It's not from that stamp set that... These little images are all from that stamp set that I showed you. Them old ones that I showed you. Right. Just have to make sure she still goes in and out. Hey, hey. I did it. I did it. We did it. We did it. Oh! Where did the jig go? Purple? No, I don't like the purple one. It is the little green one. I'll put a little green one over there too, seeing as I must have done a whole pile of these at one time, because I've got loads of little green ones sticking all over the joint. Like, there's another one. So there is. Should we just go see Horse Mad and put one in each bit? No, I don't like it on there. We'll just leave that bit like that. Okay, so then all you want to do is tidy up first. Right, I've set up to do my insert for my wee card, and I want to keep it generic. So I've used You Are Such a Treasure and this fish here, and I'm just going to ink them in Tempting Turquoise ink onto my insert. I'm going to do it a couple of times to get a good pressure, and because these are so old, it's hard to get some of the edges, but if it's good enough for me, that's fine. Okay, right, we're just going to clean that off. What do I do with the other one? Okay, stick them back in there. good enough for you, it's good enough for me. And these were the reason I got these out is these are the only ones, C ones I have. Oops, so they had to do. When I made that background, that's the thing I thought of immediately. Right, we should have a leading ledge, which is that one. We should have a tape runner. Okay, and this is just 5.5 by 3 7/8. Okay, that goes in there, and then you're just going to take your foam tape off the back. Now I have to stand up to do this, and to give it a bit, I'll have to pull it really close to me to see where I'm going, so apologies if you can't see. But that should do it. And there we go, we have an interactive card that would make any child smile as far as I'm concerned. And you can see how different the backgrounds are, and they still look awesome. And the reason I've put it on 2 pieces of foam tape is to give them room to get their fingers in there. You know, you need a bit of room to get your fingers in there to pull it out. So you do. Okay, so thanks so much for stopping by. I really do appreciate it. The people that comment, you're amazing. You keep me going. If it wasn't for you, I wouldn't keep going. So thank you so much. And if you would give me a thumbs up, that would be awesome. And subscribe and come back for some more. Till next time, Jack you out.